when I was a kid, movie music actually mattered a lot. It wasn't just used as background noise or loud drums trying to get you to get excited about the scene that's happening. I'm talking about themes, movie themes. The ones where you hear like 2 seconds of it and you immediately know what movie it's from and you're immediately placed back in that place when you first watched it.
A soliloquy for every movie, from Casablanca, Tommy Boy. He's here, it's him, it's Andrew Toy. It's Andrew Toy.
That score was the movie's identity. It was its unique fingerprint. Its dog tag, if you will. If you're around my age, you can probably hum a few musical themes from the movies that you watched as a child. In fact, I could do it from memory right here. You ready? Every one of those movies had music that stayed in your head and your heart long after the credits rolled. And that is what made them timeless. Now, compare that to most modern movies. Seriously, play the soundtrack to a movie released in the last 10 years, and I would be shocked if anybody could identify what movie it came from. Everything blends together now like generic background noise. Big bro trailer sounds, you know what I'm saying? It's this percussion spam is what that is. It's atmospheric droning. It's music that only exists to tell people how they're supposed to feel in a given moment, instead of creating something memorable. Like, think about it. What would Jurassic Park be without the main theme?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
What do they got in there? King Kong?
What would Back to the Future be without Alan Silvestri's score? Those movies would not be the same. Star Wars without John Williams. Not the same movie without them. Now, I suppose if you want to look at a great modern-ish score, you could go back to like How to Train Your Dragon, but that was 15 years ago. And don't give me any of this remake crap. I'm talking about the original. The remake just stole from the original. At least from what I understand. I never bothered watching the remake, thank you very much. But even that soundtrack, it felt so magical by Glenn Powell, right? It had emotion, adventure, it had its own identity. You hear that music for 3 seconds and you know what it's from. Like, you could close your eyes and still see the movie when you hear that music. And that's what film music is supposed to do. And honestly, I feel like movie themes have started dying out since The Lord of the Rings. Like Howard Shore, he didn't just make good music or background noise. He created a musical universe. Howard Shore's musical cinematic universe. Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? You can play any one of the Lord of the Rings themes and you know exactly what scene that music is pointing to. Like, entire emotional arcs were carried through the music of those movies. You can't tell me that you're not in a place of peace and tranquility whenever you hear the Shire music, which sounded so different from Rohan, and Rohan sounded really different from Gondor. Yet you knew the exact land and territory that the music was representing. And even individual moments had such storytelling woven throughout the music, and yet that level of passion feels almost extinct now. It's like Hollywood looked at what Howard Shore accomplished, and they collectively just said, we're not gonna do that. It's too much work. Too much work. Who even notices? In fact, modern scores feel designed to be safe, temporary, disposable. That's exactly what they are. And yeah, I know there are exceptions, okay? Like a couple of the tracks from the Star Wars sequels were pretty great, especially Kylo Ren's theme. I really like that one. But overall, I think even John Williams lost his magic after the early 2000s. I've considered him dead for the last 25 years. To me, his last truly great score, one where I actually felt like he was putting his all into it, was Catch Me If You Can from 2002. And after that, his work just started feeling less inspired, much like his partner Steven Spielberg's. No longer did these two have this unmistakable spark that set them apart from the rest. And I don't think it's because composers suddenly became untalented. I really don't. Hollywood changed, the studios changed, and I think composers I think they got hurried along on their projects. Or they just kept hiring the same damn guy, Michael Giacchino. Every single movie, it's his name on it. Give somebody else a frickin' chance. The entire filmmaking process has very clearly changed from 2002 to now. And it's such a shame, and it's really frustrating. You've heard it said, the studios are pumping out content instead of film. Film isn't even on their radar. They just want, get more out, get more out, get more out. Talk to Disney about that. They'll tell you all about it. And the composers, a lot of times they get hired absurdly late into the project. So they don't have the time to ruminate and get on set and really feel what the atmosphere is. They're expected to finish these massive scores in weeks instead of months like it used to be. And unfortunately, directors rely heavily on temp tracks, which is like placeholder music from other movies. So in effect, the composers are told to imitate existing soundtracks instead of creating original music. And on top of that, producers are now terrified of standing out. Therefore, a unique score is very risky. But generic ambient music, it's safe. It's forgettable, but safe. And then there's also the influence of modern trailer music. Ever since Inception, Hollywood became obsessed with giant bass drops, loud brass blasts, and dramatic sound design. I mean, look no further than Dark Knight. Everybody praised the music in that movie, but really all it was just... That's not music. That's just it's a sound effect. It was an awesome sound effect, but a sound effect nonetheless. And so eventually that trailer-style music started affecting actual movie scenes. And everything became about intensity, and so little of it became about melody. We've lost the idea of melody and all the other musical things. I'm not a musician. That's why I rely on them. That's why I'm pissed off that they won't make good music anymore. And the melody is what the people remember. We all know the melody to Harry Potter, to Pirates of the Caribbean, The Lion King. The Lion King music was so good that the remake just played the 1994 soundtrack over the movie. But what's the main musical theme to any Marvel movie? I can think of maybe the intro, which is Alan Silvestri. It's, oh, I can hear it, but I can't hum it. I can't do it. I know Captain America has a pretty good theme, but I don't remember it. Case in point. And that's why I think modern movies feel so disposable now. I think the music plays a big part in that. When movies stopped caring about memorable music, the movies just ended up losing their soul. Because to me, a great score doesn't just support a movie. It immortalizes it. You can't talk about music without bringing up Hans Zimmer, and unfortunately, his music accidentally created copycats. His best work is incredible, but unfortunately, Hollywood copied the epic atmosphere from his music, but they didn't allow the musical creativity to come through. And then streaming content lowered standards because studios now prioritize quantity over craftsmanship. Then you have the test audiences and the committee of filmmakers, right? That they encourage the safe music option. I don't get it. They don't even play original songs at the end of movies anymore. The last time that was done was Top Gun Maverick. Yay, good job, yay. But before that, Pearl Harbor was the last one that did that? It's like, hey boss, what do you want on the end credits? I don't know, slap on some Imagine Dragons. Just pick whatever song, I don't care. And then you have like the type of film, like the sound mixing and the sound designing buries the music under constant explosions and gunfires and all that. Like, not that I'm complaining about that stuff, but we also lose those gentler, calmer moments that gives music the opportunity to lift up the emotion. Like the older composers, they often they wrote their themes first, but now the modern scores are generically built around texture and mood instead of melody. And so many modern day films, they don't leave the emotional silence anymore. Instead, they allow the nonstop noise to completely drown out any hope of a musical score. What do you think? What's your favorite music score? And as always, remember to subscribe, like the video, share it with any friends, and I will see you in the next video. No. I mean, like a river Jordan, like you are my uncle. Yeah.